All right, it is Wednesday, March 31st. I'm Tom Novak. This is your Bring Me the News and Novak Weather Update brought to you by Grand Casino of Mille Lacs and Hinckley. Thank you, Grand Casino, for sponsoring this update, which looks really warm. Yeah, we're starting off cold, but it's going to really warm up as we get into later this week and especially this weekend and next week, and then a big weather pattern change. All right, first off, let's just take a look at where we are from a snow total standpoint. We're right at about 48 inches or so here at MSP International. You can see that here. And this month of March has been, we've been in a bit of a snow drought. A lot of that is because we haven't had much in the way of cold weather. It's been unseasonably warm. Temperatures have averaged about 8 degrees or so above the average in general throughout the month of March. So it has been a warm month, and that's one of the reasons why we have a snow drought. That could change. We'll have to see as we get into the second week of April, as I'm expecting much colder weather to stream right back into the Minnesota and Wisconsin and the upper Midwest, and we'll see if that can produce some snow. But certainly no snow in the next 7 days. Here's your visible satellite loop, by the way. And yeah, it's cold today. And look at this. These are some stratocumulus clouds now that are continuing to plague much of southern and portions of western Minnesota, northeastern Minnesota. And I expect much of Minnesota to continue with the development of stratocumulus clouds. It's indicative of an unstable environment overhead where we get a little bit of sunshine that heats up the earth and then it's cold aloft. And yeah, that does produce clouds. And that's going to keep our temperatures cool. Look at the temperatures this afternoon. I'm not expecting anywhere in Minnesota to get out of the 30s. We'll probably make it to the mid 30s or so in the Twin Cities and probably stay in the 20s up in northern Minnesota tonight. It's going to be a cold night. Temperatures are going to drop into the teens in northern Minnesota and 20s in southern Minnesota. You can see I've got the Twin Cities probably in about the mid 20s by tomorrow morning, and then still cold tomorrow with temperatures in the 40s. I would think mid 40s is a pretty good bet in the Twin Cities metro, maybe a few degrees higher than that. But then after tomorrow, we start to warm up. Here's the jet stream, the River of Air at 30 to 35,000 feet. Today, our winds are coming out of the northwest, so that's an Arctic air mass that continues to flow into the upper Midwest, including Minnesota. But look what happens as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then early next week even. This is the jet stream now for Monday. Look at this. The winds are coming up straight out of the desert southwest and from Southern California, and they're heading for the upper Midwest. So, yeah, it's been warm in Southern California and the desert southwest the last day or two, and they've got warm air there today. And that air mass is going to be forced northeast towards the upper Midwest as we get into this weekend and next week. And then look at this. This is a sign of things to come as we get into later next week. A long ways away, but it's certainly something to talk about. This is a pretty strong storm system that develops by about Wednesday or Thursday of next week, and we may eventually be on the cold side of that system as we get into later next week, and that would mean the potential not only for of course precipitation, but maybe some wintry precipitation. We'll have to see. Again, a long ways away, but it's kind of fun to talk about it when it's been so warm. By the way, here's the moisture in our atmosphere, or I should say lack thereof. Look at this. The upper Midwest, it is dry, and that's one of the reasons why we have fire concerns across the upper Midwest, because dry air and windy conditions are certainly favorable for fires. So keep that in mind. But look at this. The dry air continues to push southeast through almost the whole eastern half of the United States. And it's not until we get to Friday and Saturday that we finally get a return of moisture up into the upper Midwest. So going to be really dry. So keep that in mind as we go through the next 48 to 72 hours, that the fire conditions are going to be favorable. So don't be lighting any matches out there. All right, here's your extended forecast from Bring Me the News, Novak Weather, and of course Grand Casino. Yep, it's going to be cold here for the next 24 to 48 hours, but look at this warm up. Impressive. We're talking about temperatures well into the 70s from Saturday through Tuesday of next week. And then, like I had mentioned, I think the temperatures go downhill from there after about Tuesday. But no doubt, just an unseasonably warm air mass where temperatures will be 20 to 30 degrees above the average as we get into the early and middle portions of next week. All right, that's your forecast. Have a great afternoon and evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.